and welcome to Book Smart. I'm Pierre Novellie, your host. This is the show where I'm joined by three comedians who are going to try to convince me that they've listened to this episode's featured audiobook. Let's meet them. It's the drinking man's thinking man. It's Jacob Hawley.
That's really good.
Yeah. She wrote a memoir with the tagline, A Book About Shame, which is presumably about having a podcaster for a dad. It's Grace Campbell. I don't know if he's a well-read intellectual, but he owns a brown suit, so he's most of the way there. It's Rajiv Karia. Now, we'll get to the Book Smart round in a bit, but let's kick off with some warm-up games. I'd like you all to do some stretches, not because I'm worried about you pulling a muscle, just because they put me in charge and I can order you around. Now dance for me. Dance! That's too far. That's too far. I've revolted myself. A quick note on scoring. Points will be awarded throughout the show. Some will make sense, others will be completely random. But eventually, someone will win. That's just how games work. Now, Stranger Than Fiction. This is a quickfire game for our word nerds, where you have to guess if the following statements are in fact true or false. Paddles out, please. So, after being rejected by more than 20 publishing houses, Dune was eventually accepted by a publisher of car repair manuals. We've got a true, and a false here. It is true. It's true. Dune takes place, if you haven't read it, in a dystopian future where humans are dependent on a precious resource from the desert for all of their travel and technology, which causes a great deal of social and political instability. Imagine. On to the next one. The earliest full-length audiobook was about a school bus getting swept into a hurricane.
I'm going to say true.
A true and two falsies. It's false.
Oh.
It's a bit of a tricksy question, though. It was about a steamship travelling directly into a typhoon. And that audiobook was the first ever recorded WAV file. The book name and author, it's Joseph Conrad's 1902 novella Typhoon.
Surely there would have been an older book than that's been put into... I fail to believe that Jesus Christ's The Bible wouldn't have been converted into some kind of audio
form. To give it its full name.
Not unpublished. Right. Yeah. It's like when they created DVDs, you immediately go, well, let's just make a DVD of the best film.
I think it's about space, right? The Bible's very long. And they've only got like one vinyl record.
Doesn't have to be the Bible, but just something. I mean,
it does. In your mind, it has to be the Bible.
You're really not getting the best out of the Bible if you're not listening to it on vinyl, honestly.
Recorded by the author. So, next. Tolstoy wrote 5 different beginnings for War and Peace. 3 truths. But it's false, he wrote 15.
What?
15 different beginnings.
And they all went in, that's why it's so long.
Peace, yeah. Anyone read War and Peace?
If you have no follow-up questions, then yes.
A point for having read it. I don't. Coming up next, finish the sentence. For this game, I'm going to ask the panelists to finish the sentence from these well-known novels. Because what better way to improve an iconic book than having 3 comics chip in with stupid suggestions that just popped into their head? Fingers on Booksmart buzzers. Happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is...
Fucked.
A point, but wrong.
Every unhappy family is very loud in my ear on the megabus.
Yes. Happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way.
Yeah.
Now, can anyone tell me the book title and author for that?
I was going to say Spare by Prince Harry.
You know what? If Prince Harry had written a banger of a sentence like that, I'd have gone, you know what, he's wasted in there. Imagine if he'd, instead of moving to California, he'd just moved to, like...
we're talking about rubbing Elizabeth Arden cream on his dick.
How the other half live.
I know.
I'd love to just rub that on my face. I mean, and after he's done with it, honestly.
The cream or the dick? There's still some left. I can get some of the beneficial...
Don't waste it.
You've left a residue.
I think I know the answer. Anna Karenina.
Correct. By?
No.
Fair enough, but still a point. Leo Tolstoy.
Oh my God, I was going to say that.
But you must have said it next
I know,
time.
sorry.
Next one. I've been bent and broken, but...
Bent was better.
It's a nice line. That's good. A point for that.
Nothing like this before.
That would be good. I've been bent and broken, but nothing like this before. That would be good. A sort of Rodney Dangerfield. I've been bent and broken, but I hope into a better shape.
Oh, that's nice.
But who said it? Book title and author.
Just kind of assumed it's going to be one of those, like, Great Depression era American writers, just because it feels like something that a welder would say.
You're so close to describing exactly the English version of that kind of thing. So it's not as modern as the Great Depression, but you're...
It's not as modern.
No.
It's Dickens.
It's Charles Dickens.
Uh-huh.
Point for that. It's all Chucky Dicks.
Oliver Twist.
It's not Oliver Twist.
Great Expectations.
Whoa, how strict am I going to be with the buzzing?
Well, I got Dickens, so...
You did get Dickens. You buzzed in.
I was going to say Great Expectations.
I believe you. I believe
I shouldn't have said it in that tone. I really was going to say it. No.
I believe you. You get a point for that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's from Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, which I would argue, all that Victorian-era literature and stuff, that's kind of our version of Great Depression things. Right?
Yeah.
Someday I'll have an handkerchief of my own. You know. That kind of thing.
Writing literature while shitting on the street.
Yeah. What was the last classic, like old book you guys read?
I read The Grapes of Wrath quite a lot. You know, the John Steinbeck?
Do you?
Yeah. Do you know how it ends?
Breastfeeding.
Yeah, so I don't have a VPN at the moment, so that's...
I really respect that you don't just cut to the end.
No, listen, I always like the scenes at the start. I like when they answer the door to the pizza boy. I like when they spend a decade escaping the Great Depression in America by driving up the West Coast.
Next sentence. To lose one parent may be regarded as misfortune. To lose both...
Careless.
So you're close. I'll give you half a point for that. To lose both looks like carelessness.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you can have a point for that. That's fair.
Yeah, that's very close.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
The friendliness.
Try and create some more tension between you all. Book title and author for bonus points.
Jacqueline Wilson, Tracy Beaker.
It would be good.
Are they British?
They're from Dublin, but if I say that, you're going to go down a difficult avenue.
Oscar Wilde?
Oscar Wilde.
Oh, I was going to say Guinness.
I'll give you half a point for Oscar Wilde. The Guinness family. To lose one parent. Cheers.
That was their original
These ad
slogan.
campaigns are getting very cryptic.
The importance of being earnest. Now it's time for a quick-fire quiz, literally about literature. It's quick, it's messy, it's verbal diarrhea. Fingers on book smart buzzers. What 90s coming-of-age Californian comedy is loosely based on Jane Austen's 1815 novel Emma?
Clueless.
Correct.
Thank you.
Which Canadian won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2013 for her short stories including Runaway and Dear Life?
Atwood?
No, Alice Munro. Who is the author of the thrillers The Night She Disappeared and Invisible Girl?
Jeremy Clarkson.
No, but I wish it were so. It's Lisa Jewell. What character from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory turned into a giant blueberry?
Augustus Gloop.
No.
Violet Beauregard!
He's got it. Ah, he's got it. Violet Beauregard. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the best-selling book of all time?
Jacob's favourite book.
Bible. I'm so glad you said that, because I was honestly...
I just gave you that.
I was going Harry Potter.
And at the end of the warm-up round, let's check the scores on the pretty little podiums. We have Jacob on 4, Rajiv on 7.5, and Grace on 9.
Oh.
Well done. But there's still everything to play for. It's time to get book smart. In this round, I have to guess which of our guests has and has not listened to our featured audiobook. Those that have read the book can't outright lie, but they can jump on the back of other players' porkies. At the end of the round, if I get your roll wrong, you get 10 points. If I guess right, you get nothing. Plus, I reserve the right to remove and allocate points at random whenever I want, because I am in charge. This month, we are talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. So to make sure we're all on the same page, I'm going to give a top-line summary and a few character names and details for the benefit of the audience at home, me, and of course, the bullshitter or bullshitters here in the studio. Here we go. When an alien apocalypse destroys the Earth, Carl and his ex-girlfriend's cat are forced to enter a massive video game-style dungeon, along with the remaining survivors of the human race. They all become crawlers, competing in a to-the-death television game show watched by squintillions of beings across the universe. Our main three characters are Carl, a human who enters the dungeon with a pack of cigarettes and wearing nothing but a leather jacket, boxer shorts, and a pair of pink Crocs. Very similar to my date night wardrobe. Princess Donut, a prize-winning Persian cat belonging to Carl's ex-girlfriend, who gets the ability to talk after eating a special cat biscuit. And a pineapple-wielding goblin, Rory, one of the many crazy creatures populating the dungeon and hell-bent on killing the humans. So, let's get book smart. To kick off, we're going to test the smarty trousers of our panelists. I'm going to ask each of them to say something profound about the book that might make them seem clever at parties. The sort of person who, when asked any questions, actually has a question. The worst kind of people. So, any questions? Good, well done. Good, you've passed the test. A point for each of you, and therefore, none of you. Let's start with Jacob.
So as Carl and Donut move through the dungeon as crawlers, what becomes apparent to them is that the rest of the universe, alien life forms, are watching them via a live stream. And as they garner more viewers, they become more successful, they receive more airtime, and thus they're more likely to survive, which is kind of an interesting satirisation of the way we live, so conscious of our social media followings. And within the book, you find that Carl, despite entering the dungeon as a good man, finds himself justifying horrific acts of murder and cruelty just because he knows it will help him score higher, which somewhat mirrors the way many of us will often behave in a disgusting manner just to get likes on the internet.
Yes, yes, or win traitors. Rajiv.
One of the sort of things that spoke to me the most about Dungeon Crawler Carl was it's his loner nature that is the reason why he is like in the game. But I think that like it speaks a lot about human empathy and the kind of tragedy of the human condition of no matter how much you survive, you can't stop thinking about those who didn't.
Horrible. What a grim take. Grace.
Well, that is not what I took from it.
Okay.
I took like that it was a lot of it was about like the male loneliness epidemic and like men.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
And like men like not speaking to each other about their emotions, having to like create a sentient cat
Instead of a human princess
human
donut.
woman. So I think it was about like avoidant men and the male loneliness epidemic. That's what I would say at the dinner party.
And what would the goblins represent?
The manosphere.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Tate brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
HS Tiki Toki.
Okay. That's good. Well. 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. That's how I think that went. To get us all on the same page, each panelist will now tell me which character they most relate to and why. In any fantasy fiction, I always feel most aligned with the goon or henchman. I tend to loom behind people, and my overall physicality is giving, "Duh, sure thing, boss."
That was good.
I was born to sure
was
thing.
really good.
Thank you. I wish I could do cartoon voices. Duh, but if we do that, won't the whole boat explode?
But this one's got a heart of gold.
Yeah. You could win him over.
Yeah.
So, Grace.
Yeah.
Which character is on the same page as you, do you think?
I think Princess Donut, because like I too know what it feels like to be stuck with like a really self-indulgent man who won't go to therapy but will write sort of
We'll keep killing goblins.
alternative universes instead. Yeah.
Okay. Rajiv?
Carl, I guess. I like his perspective. I like his humanity.
Sure.
And I think humanity is something that endures and he's trying to hold on to, despite the fact that they're quite literally having to deal with things outside of humanity.
Okay.
It's like trying to be good at business on The Apprentice. It's like, it's not what anybody wants you here for, man, and you're going to get thrown out.
Yeah, and they're gonna make you do a logo.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Jacob?
My favourite character, I don't remember her name, but there's a female goblin about a third of the way into the book who, whilst bargaining with Carl about building a bike for him, takes some meth from Carl, does the meth, and then tries to fuck Carl.
Oh, and you thought...
Yeah, she was a vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you just sort of think, it's like, have you ever seen the pictures of people who were killed by the lava in Pompeii?
Yes, sure.
Loads of fucking and wanking. Yeah?
For them or for you when you saw
they
them?
are. There's loads of them who are
Right,
sort of
right, right.
stuck doing that because it's like the world's ending. Why not?
Yeah.
And it's so infrequently represented within fiction. So
That's
much
true.
of like fiction about the end of the world is like, oh my god, how can I save my parents? No,
Yeah.
meth,
The
Meth
fucking
and
night.
wanking.
meth and shagging, man. Let's get shagging. Let's get methy.
Good answers, though. Point for Grace, point for Rajiv, 2 points for Jacob. Because you brought up history, and I'm biased.
I know how to appeal to a history graduate.
Yes, of course. Just say Pompeii
Yeah.
and wanking. Now, for a little change, let's play Fuck, Marry, Kill. So, of our 3 main characters, which one would you fuck, which one would you marry, and who would you pancake with a goblin-spiked steamroller? So, let's start with Rajiv.
Kill Rory.
Okay.
Sorry, Rory.
Sorry,
but
Rory.
You are a...
Goblin.
You're a goblin. Marry Princess Donut.
Okay.
Marry into royalty. That always works out for everybody.
Uh-huh.
And, fuck Carl.
Yeah.
He's meant to have a great physique. He's basically half-dressed.
Sure. He's ready. Ready to go.
And he's always like scoring up points, right? And that must lead to like virility and testosterone levels and stuff.
Yes, I suppose so. I'll give you a point for not having sex with a cat.
Thank you.
It's about time someone rewarded you for that. Grace, fuck, marry, kill.
I would kill Princess Donut
Okay,
because I'm really allergic to cats.
fair enough. So preemptive strike.
I would marry Carl because he's got aura,
Yeah.
I guess. And then I would fuck Rory so that I had a story to tell in my stand-up.
Yes, that's true. The next tour could
Yes,
be
fucking a goblin.
fucking a goblin. I'd go see a show if it was called Fucking a Goblin.
Well, that's just me fucking my ex-boyfriend, but yeah.
Jacob, fuck, marry, kill.
So I'd shag the goblin because I want to stay consistent throughout this show.
Fair enough.
Look, I mean, if there was anything that stayed with me from that book, it was like, fuck, man. Like, if you ever get a chance to shag a goblin, you've just got to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to die anyway. You have to know.
This show hasn't panned out like I thought it would.
Does that count as like bestiality, shagging a goblin?
No, because the goblin's completely sentient.
They're intelligent life.
Yeah.
The goblin's taking meth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, horses take ketamine.
Yeah, not
they don't want to.
not consensually.
You don't know that.
This goblin was if anything...
You're implying that horses take like in like a Charlie XCX way.
So I'd shag the goblin, I'd marry the cat,
Okay.
and I'd kill Carl.
Okay.
He was like... It was annoying how well he did in the book because it's like... There was plenty of times he was just ready to go and he kind of got lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he did end up facing scrutiny from the sort of pig race that he fell out with at the end of the book for that. They weren't happy. They were like, "You've just got lucky here, man," and that was part of their falling out. But no, I'd kill Carl.
Okay. There's some pigs.
There's some pigs. There's some dingoes. Oh, mate, there's all sorts. There's
Okay.
fucking all sorts. Honestly, this dungeon is a nightmare down there.
They should make it like an immersive experience of it.
I'd be banned from that because I'd be trying to shag all the goblins.
Well, that's it. I mean, you'd be like a fox in a hen house.
Yeah.
You'd just be going mad.
I want to have it on record that I'm the only one who didn't fuck the goblins, so I should get some sort of point for that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
suppose.
I think it's worse to fuck a cat, no?
Well, he married the cat, but it could be a chaste marriage.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
both of you.
Okay.
Extra point for Rajiv, because you asked and you convinced me, and also a point for Grace and a point for Jacob for good answers. Now, the next game we're going to play is That Happened. I'm going to read a list of things that supposedly happened in this audiobook, and using your true and false paddles, you're going to tell me if these things did or did not happen. The artificial intelligence that operates the dungeon has a foot fetish. You're all correct. It's true, apparently. Quentin Tarantino could hold the book up without using his hands. Dungeons seem exclusively sexual now, don't they? They used to be for punishing members of the government, and now, well, in fairness, that part still happens. True or false, Carl gets hit on by a 99-year-old lady and a meth-addicted goblin. 3 trues. It's true. It's like when the lights come on in a small-town nightclub. True or false? In the dungeon, the game creators have turned llamas into drug dealers. A true, and a false. It is true. What do they sell? Grass? Next up is Book Fight Club. Our guests will go head-to-head and debate a hot take from our featured audiobook. What's the #1 rule of Book Fight Club? Heavier books hurt more. The hot take for Dungeon Crawler is, a cat is the worst pet to have as support in a fight-to-the-death scenario. Rajiv, you will be arguing for that. Grace, you will be arguing against. Let the battle commence.
I think a cat is the worst pet to have as a sidekick in a physical skirmish in this universe because she's very sarcastic. And
Okay.
in a situation like that, you don't want a person undermining you, telling you you're not watching your six, you should have hit that guy harder, oh, now you've been stabbed in the leg, you weren't paying attention, in a very condescending way.
I actually disagree with that because I think she's got like a sociopathic energy to her, like a lot of cats.
Yes.
And that makes her like better at not processing things as emotionally as like, a dog might.
Right.
I'd rather have like a dog.
A dog,
in general, but I actually think at war a cat would be better because cats are more they're more psycho.
That's a good point. I'll give you a point for that.
Thank you.
Jacob, you wouldn't have a point in this otherwise. Do you have a...
I'd jump in on Grace's side. The thing with the cat is the cat can charm its enemies into fighting being almost unnecessary.
If you think about cats, right, like I've got a dog. Cats will like leave you. You've looked after them for years. They'll go, and then you'll find out they've been living with another family for like a year. A dog would never do that.
That's true.
Cats are so good at manipulating.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Rajiv, rebuttal?
I agree. I think cats are evil, but and what Grace just said about how they will betray their own owners. When you're your owner in its war, it's going to side with anybody else. It cannot be trusted. It's a mercenary that you don't have to pay.
The old switcheroo. 2 points for Rajiv. That's a hell of a rebuttal.
Yes!
I don't know. Okay, whatever.
Well, you laid out betrayal and then it's just, I don't know. It's good stuff. It was good rebuttal.
Just don't make us repeat any of the things we said.
That is the final round. Just do it again. For this game, we're going to show you an object related to the audiobook. You need to tell me what it is and what it represents. It could be literal or metaphorical. Bring in the object. Look at this guy.
Wow.
That's a goblin, I guess.
That's the goblin that I said I would.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's a pineapple and a sort of saucepan on his head. What do I think of this? Do I like this? Lovely. He worked on the COVID vaccine. So let's start with Rajiv. How does that object relate to the book?
In the world that they're in, everything's been I guess, mined by this alien race. All the good stuff is out. You know, like the oil, they've taken all of that.
Right.
Like British IP.
No.
Bond. Yeah.
Our soft power?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not Bond.
Yeah, Bond is gone.
The aliens have taken Bond.
They actually they public domained Bond, which really hurt.
Mr. Men?
Yeah, that's all gone. That's done.
Paddington?
Yeah. Literally, they tapped all the stuff that's worth anything.
Yeah.
And so what's left is just like literally like garbage and stuff. So like everyone's like, you'll notice the saucepan hat. So like it's a saucepan, you wear like a saucepan as a hat because you haven't got anything better.
Yes. Object in the book, Grace?
The nail clippers are because the goblins' nails get really long.
Okay.
And they're really disgusting. And then at one point, they clip them.
Okay. Fair enough. Mr. Hawley.
As Carl travels through the dungeon, it's increasingly important to him, if he wants to survive, that he keeps the AI happy. And so one of his most important discoveries as he's finding things to add to his inventory and collect and use as he travels through the dungeon is a pair of nail clippers so that he can keep his tootsies presentable and keep the AI, alien intelligence, turned on by the image of his feet.
Interesting. Well, I can reveal that the item is an enchanted pedicure kit that gives Carl 15% more damage when using barefoot attacks, and also makes his feet sparkly.
Do you think that the writer of this book, has a foot fetish or wants his feet to be touched?
Tarantino style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not new territory for you, Jacob.
I'm
You've
a
talked
foot
about
guy.
this on stage. You've been feated.
Yeah, well, let me explain that before you make me look like I've got a fetish myself.
Yes.
On the very, very few times that I have done TV work, foot fetishists have found me.
Yes.
They've put me on the website WikiFeet.
Yep.
I'm on WikiFeet.
Rating?
Not as good as it should be, but I've got enemies.
It's
I've
not
got people trying to sabotage me. No, I don't even want to talk about it because...
Rating?
No, because I've got really nice
Get the researcher up
feet.
there.
I've got really nice feet, but a lot of people don't like me, so have given me bad ratings on WikiFeet.
So they dislike you as a
3.9.
person.
I would say overall.
You're 3.9?
Yeah.
Don't complain.
This is out of what?
5.
Out of 5. Yeah.
3.9 out of 5 ain't bad.
I want to be in 4.
That's a first.
I'm 3.6.
God.
But
Honestly,
I do
strive
have...
for more, Jacob.
But
That's what
I've
I
got
say.
bad feet, as you can see. Look at that. Stay
Yeah,
in it.
well, you're missing a toe now.
Yeah, I'm missing a toe, but I've got bad feet.
Don't tell the
By
public.
the way, there will be people who would go wild for
Yes.
that
What's that going to do for
shit.
your rating?
I know.
Yeah.
And I've put it on my stories, and I do still sell worn socks and shoes to people who are fans of my feet.
Yeah.
So if anyone watching would like... I mean, I've got plenty here. There's a slider, there's socks.
Yeah, it's all available.
Email me directly. I don't want my agent to take a cut of that.
Yeah.
I've never felt so left out.
Oh, by all this foot
These two are
stuff?
both on WikiFeet and I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh,
No.
it's you and me.
Just you and me, holding firm. Let's get out of the old foothole. And finally, acting up. In this game, I can ask 1, 2, or all 3 of our panelists to act out the entire plot of the story, with the help, of course, of our Book Smart dressing up box, in just 60 seconds. As I suspect Rajiv of being the most likely bullshitter, they will be showcasing their acting skills today, solo. Because the best stories are always told in less than 1 minute by someone who clearly doesn't know the plot but has access to a silly wig. Rajiv, you have 10 seconds to prep your props. Go, 10 seconds. Get them props. Get them out. Chuck stuff on the floor, quickly. 5, just chuck stuff out. 2, 1, done. Okay, your 60 seconds starts now.
I am ripped, and I'm going to mention it a lot. I'm just outside. Oh, yeah, it's freezing outside, but I'll just go out in Crocs. Oh, God, the world is collapsing. Jesus. All right, better save the cat. All right, I've got the cat now. And, oh, no, the world is collapsing. The cat's talking to me. Well, eat this biscuit, and you'll be able to talk to me. Oh, you're so mouthy. I kind of wish I'd never given you that biscuit. Jesus. OK, then, oh, no, there's going to be a goblin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, one hand. Yeah,
30
goblin
seconds.
of one hand. Just it's sort of just like being like, yeah, you need to. There's a whole load of rules, and you got to follow them, and otherwise you won't survive. We're going to turn you into a TV show, and there's probably some satirical elements,
15
but I don't know
seconds.
if I can follow them. And then the cat is going to be like, oh, we're going to get in loads of fights, and I'm going to mouth off about it. I'm going to be kind of sassy
10
about
seconds.
it. And it's just like, okay, cool. Well, I hope we survive again.
5,
Let's go through this door,
4,
follow the
3,
stairs. Okay, let's see what
2,
happens next. All right, yeah.
1. It's over. Hands up, well done. Lovely, lovely. So, it's now time for me to decide who I think has listened to the audiobook and who has not, and has the trustworthiness of a level 3 troglodyte. So, Rajiv, you've been very vague again, but I know you to be a strategic vaguester. Strategic vaguester, and there were a couple of non-mentioned details in your little dance there. Grace, you didn't like it, but you knew there were incels and things in it. But you didn't like it, and you didn't know what the podiatry set was for the magic foot sparkle. Jacob, you knew loads. So much that if you are bullshitting, you should become a fraudster. So I'm going to say Grace is bullshitting, Rajiv has read it, and Jacob has read it. Those are my guesses. We're going to lock those in. Panelists, please reveal whether you are a bullshitter who has not read the book or a book smarty who has. Grace first.
I am a bullshitter.
Yes!
Yeah, well done.
Rajiv?
I am a Book Smarties.
Yes!
Yeah, well done.
Yes, you
Yes.
sneaky man. Jacob, please reveal yourself, your true self.
I'm a book smart.
Yes!
I read it.
Yes!
I was trying to be so
Bang, bang,
specific and give so much detail that you would assume I'm making it all up. I was trying to sort of relay enough that you would be like, this has to be bollocks, he can't. I'm just so glad to be around someone who's read it, because I've got so much to say.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I had mates as well, yeah, so I've never read any fucking sci-fi. And the first...
Also, I also had mates. I just want to clarify. I've got plenty of mates. I'm doing fine.
First few hours of listening to that book, I was like, my God, Audible haven't paid me enough for this job. This is horrendous.
Yeah?
Honestly, didn't want it to end. Oh my God. And then I was like 80-90% through, and I was like, hang on, this story isn't wrapping up. Then finished it, and I was like, oh my God, there's 5 sequels. I'm locked in.
Nice.
I'm locked in, man.
Yeah.
This is me now. I'm a goblin guy.
That's great.
I really want to fuck the goblin.
Look, any way we can get people reading. It's all good news. That's great. I'm so delighted to hear that.
Oh, mate, yeah, I had a very good time.
Ah, that's fantastic news. Okay, well. The latest scores after that round. Jacob with 13, Rajiv with 14 and a half, and Grace with 15.
I still won.
You still won.
Wow.
Oh, through sheer gameplay,
Wow.
if not actual deception in the real game. But
No, but I
general
did
gameplay.
I did so badly. But also, it's like I could never pull off having even read that book if I had read it.
Ambient gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you weren't counting along as the show went on. The final scores make even less sense to me, and I was the one handing out the points. And your prize for winning, Grace, is... Here we are. Lovely. A pair of Carl's special boxer shorts. Aww. And if you look inside, he's left his magical enchanted mark.
Well, I'm going to give this to Jacob because he
Thank you.
seems
Yes,
so
that's
much
very
more
nice.
invested in
Yes,
the book.
that's a lovely gesture.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much. That's so nice. Of course, if you wear those boxer shorts, they give you +1 armor, -10 charisma, and 5 toxic damage per turn. Thank you all to our wonderful guests, Jacob Hawley, Grace Campbell, and Rajiv Karia. Lovely stuff. Unfortunately, we can't stand around talking about this audiobook all day. Let's find out why these people are actually here. It's earplugs time. What have you lot got to promote? Let's start with Jacob, given that he's holding some framed pants.
I have got a stand-up special on YouTube called The King of Holloway Road, and I'm on tour at the end of this year with a show called Fighting Age Man.
Lovely, lovely stuff. Rajiv?
I am going to be doing my show Man Alive all around the great nation of the United Kingdom and maybe abroad later this year. And I've got a film on iPlayer called Zoners, which I'd love for you to watch.
Very nice. Grace?
I'm going on tour with a show called The Lady is a Tramp this year, UK and Europe, and then America as well.
And America as well?
Yeah, next year.
Eyes peeled, Americans. As for me, I'll be petitioning Audible to include a light-hearted fight to the death round in our next show. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for more Book Smart.